Hi, I'm Nance. I believe joy is not something that just happens. It's something we choose. After walking alongside so many people who felt broken by life, I've seen what's possible when we commit to healing, growth, and resilience. This podcast is a transformational space where we reclaim our strength, rediscover clarity, and return to peace. I'm so glad you're here. So, unhooked, where focus becomes power. I want to start talking about something called algorithms, engineered to capture your attention. And attention shapes emotion. When what you feed amplifies outrage, comparison, and catastrophe, your nervous system pays the price. You don't need to fear technology, you need tools to master your state. So, here are the tools. Microlearning. Instead of 15 minutes of scrolling, how about 15 minutes of growth? Learn about AI, study philosophy, practice a language, read history. That 1% shift compounds. One bite for 15 minutes eventually eats the whole plate. Small, conscious, direct input changes direction. You don't smoke 24 hours a day, you don't drink 24 hours a day. Behavior happens in patterns, not constantly. Interrupt the scroll pattern, install a learning pattern. Understand the pattern, trigger, response, outcome. The algorithm is the trigger, your story is the response. Your emotional state is the outcome. The world is falling apart. I've tried everything. All the good ones are gone. That's not reality. That's a rehearsed belief. Belief is the invisible force running your life. When a fear shapes belief, you build evidence to defend it, reasons, excuses, justifications. Behind the story is your state, mental, emotional, psychological. Change the state, you loosen the belief. Configure your state, non-negotiable. Discipline beats motivation. Create a healthy beginning to each day before the world touches you. Meditation before your phone. Cold exposure or hot cold contrast. Movement. Learning with notes. Shower before coffee. No negotiation. Decision point is everything. When you say, I don't negotiate with myself, you train your brain to execute. If you declare, I'm losing 12 pounds in 6 weeks, I'm adding 15 minutes of cardio daily, you can feel the state shift. Passionate, determined, optimistic. State drives behavior. Behavior reinforces belief. Belief shapes destiny. Mental discipline is the real wealth. The world may become louder. AI may accelerate. Algorithms may intensify. But mastery is internal. You are not here to manage stress. You are here to direct your focus. Choose learning over scrolling. Choose response over reaction. Choose discipline over negotiation. One decision at a time. One 15-minute bite at a time. One state shift at a time. That's how you create a new direction. What new direction do you want to create? What decision are you willing to make? What 15-minute bite at a time? What state shift? When? One decision, one 15-minute bite, one state shift at a time. Because when you choose discipline over negotiation, when you choose response over reaction, when you choose learning over scrolling, wow, you direct your focus. All of a sudden, you're not managing your stress. Remember, mastery is internal. Even though the algorithms may intensify, and AI may accelerate, and the world may become louder, you have the choice. Mental discipline is real wealth. Belief shapes destiny. What are you believing? Behavior reinforces belief. What's your behavior? State drives behavior. What's your state? Optimistic, determined, passionate? Can you feel the state shift? I'm losing 12 pounds in 6 minutes. Oops, 6 weeks. I'm adding 15 minutes of cardio daily. If you declare, when you say I don't negotiate with myself, you train your brain to execute. Decision point is everything. No negotiation. I don't negotiate with terrorists. No negotiation. Shower before coffee. Learning with notes and movement. Cold exposure or hot cold contrast. Meditation before my phone. I am creating a healthy beginning to each day before the world touches me. Because discipline beats motivation. Configure your state. Non-negotiable. Change the belief. You loosen the belief. Psychological, emotional, mental. Behind your story is your state. Behind the story is your state. Justifications, excuses, reasons. When fear shapes belief, you build evidence to defend it. What are you defending? Remember, belief is the invisible force running your life. Or is it ruining your life? That's a rehearsed belief. That's not reality. All the good ones are gone. I've tried everything. The world is falling apart. Your emotional state is the outcome. Your story is the response. The algorithm is the trigger. Let's put it together. The algorithm is the trigger. Your story is the response. Your emotional state is the outcome. Understand the pattern. Trigger, response, outcome. Interrupt the scroll pattern. Install a learning pattern. Behavior happens in patterns, not constantly. You don't drink 24 hours a day. You don't smoke 24 hours a day. Small, consistent input changes direction. One bite for 15 minutes eventually eats the whole plate. Remember that 1% shift compounds. Read history, practice a language, study philosophy, learn about AI. Choose 15 minutes of growth instead of 15 minutes of scrolling. Micro-learning, honey. I gave you the tools. You need tools to master your state inside it. You don't need to fear technology. What you feed amplifies. Outrage, comparison, catastrophe. Your nervous system pays the price. When you feed, remember, algorithms are engineered to capture attention, and attention shapes emotion. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for being you. See you next time.